Hi everyone, welcome to the Odoo Insider Show. Every Thursday, this time the same. Always, we got to answer a few questions, technical, functional ones, so don't hesitate to ask me. I'll see what I can do for you. You know that we have already, here on the link, the previous sessions that we had. Yes, Arthur?
We do just a quick check.
A quick
Yeah,
check?
your computer.
Ah, okay, you didn't have my computer before?
It was a blank screen.
Hello, hello. Hi everyone. So that's the thing. So answering the questions, ask anything on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Twitch, and we'll see. Arthur is with me in the room. He will select the questions, send it to me, and I will see what I can do for you. If you don't have any questions, I have plenty on my side. I got colleagues ask me a few things, sometimes also a bit technical, functional, and time to time I need to take a few minutes to think and be like, okay, how would I answer that if it were a client, or how would I try to find a solution myself. So today it's again a quick reminder, it's a regular Q&A session. We'll have the same next week with the other Antoine. I'm pretty sure we'll start with a joke as usual. That's what he does. That is marque de fabrique, as we would say in French. I don't know, it's gimmick. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure that after that we'll have a few more regular Q&A session. I know that Winon would like to come back to discuss the e-invoicing also. So that is for the future. I will try to post also the next session that we'll have. But that's it. Do we have a question already? Yes, Arthur.
I would love that we present some top features for Odoo 19.
Ah, yeah, we could do that as well.
Not a roadmap.
No, yeah, true. The things that we think are iconic.
It's just top pick from maybe you.
I could do that.
2 or 3 episodes ago, we presented some features.
Okay.
For eShop, etc.
Oh yes.
But yeah, that
All right.
would be
That would be nice. We can check.
And then we can clip it and maybe share it.
I can do that. I can go. I don't know if that's the best way to do it because it could sound a bit boring. But what I could do, I can already go and have a look at the SaaS releases for 0.1,
Yeah.
0.2, 0.3, and see the ones that are, if not iconic. I understand why it's such a change in sometimes the POS app, sometimes another application. We could do that. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's not complicated because sometimes I'm like, okay, what do they want to mean with that? Where will I find a feature? But we can have a look.
Sure.
I know, and we can maybe start with that quickly, talking about the release notes. Oh la la. Notes. Have a look. I have 18.1, 18.2. So, and again, in US. This is what we have. Every time you have a video, and I think I'm saying every time, there's been a few versions, SaaS versions for which we have this here. It's for 18.1. You can see it here clearly indicated on the video. And then you have lots of things that are in the notes. Sometimes not everything is covered directly in the video, even though, let me check, yeah, my speaker is off. If I have a look at the video, it's what, like, okay, it's 6 minutes. So I doubt we could cover everything, but sometimes, you know, everything is localization. We're not going to show it for every country. Yeah, maybe 6 minutes you could cover a good part of it, but we can have a look at a bit of configuration, a few things like this one. You know that those are kind of questions that you can ask anyway during the show. I don't know if we already have one question or not, or if I should. Oh yes, sorry. I'm confused.
We have this one from Shrikant.
Okay, Shrikant on LinkedIn is asking, I am confused between Zoho and Odoo. Which one to go ahead and how you will convince me? Ah, that is a good one. So I need to put my salesperson attire. I'm not a salesperson first. So, well, I've been a bit at Odoo, which was a fun time, very interesting. But I don't know how to convince you. I will give it a try, honest try. Knowing that I never used Zoho. I use it as a client because I see sometimes the mails from Zoho. I click, I go to a form, but I never had to configure it. So I don't know what you expect and what are the different modules that you want. What I know about Odoo and that I really love is the following: is that when you go on odoo.com, first, it is super neat what you can do and how much it costs. And I don't know if Zoho has the same kind of behavior in terms of pricing. So everything is transparent on our side when it comes to pricing. If you want to go and have a look, of course you can, that you know already, I guess you can try all of our modules, all at the same time if you want, no limits. Another thing that I really like is, I was mentioning pricing that you can see here, but let's imagine that you want pricing and you want to go for custom modes. You have different pricing per zones. So if you are not in Europe, it won't be that pricing maybe. And then we explain what you can buy, what is the cost if you want to have some help from our side. We try to very, very quickly guess the time it will take. And then you can also work with a local partner as well. And then you will see the prices of the license of Odoo. And then you can check with the partner what's the cost on their side in terms of services. So it's very transparent. You have the prices there, no bullshit. So that is super, super key in the way we communicate. And I don't know if Zoho does it. Maybe they do. And if they do, I think it's great. But I don't know if they do it. Second thing is the capability that you have when you, and I will start my own instance, when you start using the software. As you have a cost that is displayed here, it contains all the applications. So it means that here I have a few applications on my side, but I'm not going to pay more simply because I want to use an application. We have something where we start with, when you install an application, I will go maybe sales, but I think I already installed a few things because this database, I use it for the show that we have here. So you can see, or I already checked a few things, but we start usually by trying to show the client that we, at the same time, are very simple to use, but you can go in terms of complexity by adding a few extra modules. So if you start Odoo, first screens, you will see they are very neat, clean, lean, and you need to go in the configuration to add a few extra things. Otherwise, you can also ask our support free to get a bit of information about, I would like to add margins on a sale order. Do you have that? Of course, I know on my side that you need to go in the sales configuration, you click on the margins, and Odoo is going to add it for you. It takes a few seconds, and that's it. Testing your database, yeah, there are no limits, so you can have this one in production, create as many test environment for your own purpose or sharing with the client. So that's also super great when you want to test things or when you are not sure. You get access to a consultant if you have, and that is also very key to the way we operate. Let me go outside of this. In terms of amount of applications, if you go in the apps, here in pure standard, this is what we have. So you have more than 1,300 modules. If I go and check the apps, you will see that we have around 80, and all the rest are extra options that you can put in there. That is on the SaaS, so very, very low price. But if you want to go for your own development, then you have a platform of appszoho.com with thousands of applications. I don't know if I have the exact count somewhere. The last count, I think, was something around the 40K. Of course, not all on the same category here or on the same version. A few apps sometimes just appear and you have them on the newer versions. But to give you an idea, that is a few of the apps that you can see, the top ones, the new ones, the most downloaded. And you can check very quickly. Sometimes, I would say 99% of the time, it is free to test because you can enter in contact with the guys behind, here with the partner, click on live preview. If you're interested in having someone that is a local guy to work with you, then you have also the list of partners that we have, and we have many, many, many. Most of them are certified, so you see here, I'm in Belgium, so that's why I'm receiving that, but check the ones for the country that you want, that you live in, and for which you would like your company to be using Odoo. So if you don't want to work with the editor, there are a lot of partners, and initially the show that we have here is also to answer partner questions, because there's a lot of information that you can get from the editor that I represent today, and because we realize that sometimes it's a few questions can be very, very quickly answered during a quick presentation like I do. So partner network, the amount of the depth of the feature, the amount of features that you have, the amount of applications, the fact if you are a developer that you can go very, very quickly and learn, and that is free as well. Here, in terms of tutorials, if you want to learn how to develop on Odoo, it is quick. You have those 15 chapters where you are going to start learning on how can I create my own module on Odoo. Of course, it requires a bit of Python knowledge. If you don't have the Python knowledge with OOP, so object-oriented programming, you will get there as well, no worries. I'm not a developer per se, but I completed that and I feel okay creating a module in Python. I will struggle certainly more than a developer, but I'm good enough to be able to do that. Then you have also the extra layer with the web framework if you want to know JavaScript and the OWL library that we use. So I don't know if it's Odoo Web Library or Odoo Web, what could it be? Library, or I think there was another language. I'm never sure of exactly the acronym's meaning. And then in order to know more about you, I would need to dive into one application in particular and check the difference with Zoho if I wanted to have a concrete test. But that we need also that I would know Zoho. But does Zoho have a meeting like this one where people can ask any question and we reply live with the best of our knowledge and we show things? That I don't know, which is also a killer feature of Odoo. Having possibility to enter in contact so fast with our support in a live moment like this one. So tell me a bit more about you, and I will see if we have enough time to dive into one application in particular. What I like, it's been almost 15 years that I'm working at Odoo, and what I really love is the flexibility. But the key component for me is, I'm going to name a few more. Flexibility, because you will see if you stay and have a look at this meeting, I go sometimes with very, very short one-liners in Python. We can do wonders. You don't need to pay extra for that. You can now use AI to get some help to do it for you. So that is also a thing that I really like. It evolves fast. Every year we have an event, and by the way, let's promote it. It's experience.odoo.com, where we are going to show all the new things that we have done during 1 year. It's a new version. It will be version 19 this year. Lots of conferences, free stuff. You can attend there for free. It's in the biggest halls, exhibition halls in Belgium. That's also one of the key things that we want to emphasize on. Very good mood. We are proud of what we do. It's in those conferences, there's always a space for Q&A, so we really are working live without net. It's really important also in the way we want to communicate with the community. Yes, Arthur, sorry, I've been a bit long.
And for the fans.
For the fans.
For the ones that already love Odoo and the goodies aficionados, this year it's big news. We have customization. Like Odoo can be customized, so your goodies.
Okay, so where, like you mean
they'll see, but there's customization and it will be
of
nice.
Goodies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, of goodies. All right. So big selling points, guys. So that's it. I hope I answered part of your concerns. The best, because I know here it's like, I don't know if I spent 10 minutes on this one, which is important, by the way, but don't hesitate to be in contact with us and we dive a bit further, because I will remove my salesperson hat. I think that every tool as a reason of existence, of being. And so it could be that for some cases, we will be the best. Some cases, it will be another application. So don't hesitate, come to us and let's have an honest discussion, a demo, show you where we would like to bring you, depending on your needs and requirements. Let's go. Let's do that. That's the kind of thing that we do a lot. What is Insider? That is fun. What is Insider? So is it a similar concept as ClickUp? I don't know what is ClickUp. Do you know? No? ClickUp. What is it? ClickUp is a project management software. Okay. I got it. But that's fun. The show is called Odoo Insider, but what matters is Odoo. It's not Insider. It's the fact that we represent a company that is creating an ERP, and I believe that if you're the ClickUp you were talking about is this one, we do offer a project management app inside Odoo, so that's maybe what you are interested about. Could you briefly explain? I'm sorry for being so lost. No worries. So you are here in a show where I'm a functional consultant at Odoo, and my goal is to answer questions live. So it's a bit difficult because sometimes people have questions on things that I don't know at all, but that's the goal of it. I'm trying to dive into the software that I know and see, okay, I don't know it, but lots of people maybe don't know even where to start. And I'm trying this in order to, I would say, I don't know if educate is the right word, but to show how you can use your brain to navigate sometimes the code of Odoo, sometimes the different applications. And we created this show that is called Odoo Insider because we are, Arthur and myself, from Odoo. We work in that company, so we are insiders here. But what matters is Odoo is the software that we love and that we use every day. And yes, it has, I guess, some similarities with ClickUp because we have a project application directly inside Odoo. I'm going to close the pricing pages here and go back there. And you can see that at the moment, I'm in my SaaS instance on Odoo, and it turns out that I have my project application that is installed. You will see here it is pretty empty because I'm starting with an empty database as if I wanted to start my own company. So there's not that much, but if you want to test it on your side, a few things I can propose you is going on demo.odoo.com if you want a quick demo, and there you have, if I go in the project, then you have a few fake projects, and so you see we have one that is coming from a sale order, we have some home construction thing, office design, and in some you will find task with a Kanban view. Of course, if I test that on my database that I use at the moment, I wouldn't see all that fake data that is there, just to show you a bit of what it would look like in a production environment on your side. So you can navigate a bit the project management app. We have lots of features. You have a Kanban view. You have the possibility to see the critical path, how you can block a task with another one, the time that is remaining on the task, the people that are assigned, communication on the task, so that I can bother a colleague telling him, hey, man, you are late on this one. So you have what you would expect from a top-notch ERP software with a project management tool, where then you have links also between the project management and other applications like timesheets here on a project. Sometimes you just want to manage a budget, sometimes about things that you buy or purchase. Sometimes it's a service project and you would like to know who worked on what. That's something that we use a lot internally, as you can imagine. As a consultant, when I'm working for a client, I need to put my timesheets so that we know the time that I spent for a client and we can bill right. So those are the kind of things that you can have also in the project management. You have the notion of subtasks, extra info, that is maybe just important for today. But you can see also how you can have some activities. So because I know that I need to call the guy in a few days. So you see that this is integrated also potentially with your Google Agenda account or with your Outlook account. So you have very quickly you can see the project or the tasks that are maybe at risk, because here you see, okay, if I continue, I will reach minus 37 hours. So what is it? Why am I so bad at this task? Is it a problem of person? Is it badly sized? Should I maybe talk to the client? You have here in the configuration lots of settings for being able to create recurring tasks. Have that notion of task dependency, so I cannot start a task before another one is finished. Those kind of things. You have also possibility to ask your customers to see if they are happy with the task. Like at the end of the groceries that you make, sometimes you have 3 buttons and you say, okay, I had a happy experience or a meh experience or a bad one. So those kind of things you have, and integration also with the sales and the invoicing, as I said. So I suppose that you would have the same as you have on ClickUp, but other ways of discovering this yourself. You go on odoo.com, and there you click on Trade Free. And I would advise, if you want to test the project management as well, to go there. You select the fact that you want to test the project, the timesheet, eventually a bit of help desk and planning, and then we are going to add sales. It will come with invoicing, so no worries, and maybe you will have the expenses as well. So you can continue with that preset, and you say, I would like to, either you test it with an empty database like I did. If you want to test it on a database that contains demo data, like the one that we have here, on the demo database, available on demo.odoo.com, you can go there on your database, you go in the settings, and at the very end of the settings, when you are in debug mode, so I will go in debug mode so that you see, you go in the general settings on the left, yes, on the left, and then somewhere you have load demo data. You can click there, it will load all the demo data, so that you don't have to share it with the other people on the demo environment, because this one, as you've seen, I connected, I didn't have to put a login, a password, I was directly there. So this one is shared, in 2 hours it will be killed, we restart again. So if you want to have a longer test, but with demo data, that's the kind of thing that you can do on the trial. If you need some help, because you're like, okay, I like discovering by myself, but I have no time or no knowledge, and I want a point of comparison, then get in touch with us or with one of our partners. Same story as what I was showing before. You have a partner network, so if you want to work with partners again, you go on odoo.com. I know the link because it's odoo.com/partners, but if you do even a simple Google search Odoo partners, yeah, you will get there. And it's going to open the partners list, and you check the country, you take the partner you would like to work with, or you contact a few of them, and then you go and you see what they have to propose, the demo that they make, the way they implement a project, because every partner is different, their cost, the people they propose to work with you. Don't hesitate, we do a lot of demos for our clients, even of course, if they go to the partner network, that's the goal of it as well. So enter in contact with us. And if you don't know who to enter in contact with, maybe Arthur is commenting on the LinkedIn, you can drop him a quick IM message, or myself, same, it's ahu@odoo.com, or you will find me on LinkedIn and I will redirect you. So if there's a quick question like that, please don't hesitate. When can I expect Odoo to have a solution for hotels? I'm pretty sure that we will have an industry for that at some point. Yeah, do we have or not? It would, yeah, but we have. I know we have one that was made by partners. Yeah,
there's at least 5 applications.
Yeah, that is true. So discussing here with Arthur, because I think we had a question before, but you see here, let me go back to what I was explaining, because if I go on Odoo.com, there's something in particular. I went on Try It Free here to start my own database, a new one, but of course you can go directly and say, I would like also a database, but with a preset that Odoo thought for my job. And that we have a lot of presets for the services, retail, construction, supply chain, hospitality. And you see here, hospitality, we don't have hotels yet. I'm pretty sure that will come because it's quite a big one. But you can also click there and browse all the industries and you will see everything that we have. This group at the moment is 50 different industries. I think that we aim at 200, something like this. So important, you can go there. If you say hotel management, at the moment, from what I can see, we don't have it exactly, but we'll see here on appsodoo.com that I know we have a lot. If I go on hotel, you have many. Everyone may have a different way of thinking about hotel reservation. I wouldn't be surprised that we have some that are also linked to booking.com or Expedia or a few things like those ones. So have a look at what they offer, and some of them are free, and so if they are free, and it can be tested on Odoo. So and even the ones that are not free, a reminder, those amounts are not monthly amounts. It is a one-shot amount that you can that you pay for having access to the application. So don't be afraid if the prices here are a bit higher. It's just a one-shot price. You can start maybe with the one that is free here and see if there are others that are a bit better. I wonder, let me check, because I know that on Odoo I've made a few tests like this one. Excellent. I have one with, that's it. I think I already tested a few ones before, but I don't know if they were ready for version 18. So what I can do is quickly check and rebuild those two and see if there's something that comes out of it. I will switch to another question. I will see how the hotel management application run there. I don't know them at all. Maybe I will get errors because it's not the right version for my environment here. You will see that it's a test one, so in one day it will be killed, but that's okay for now. We'll see how it goes, but usually it takes something like 10 minutes to run. So I'm going to switch question and we'll see if I have the time to come back to yours. But that's how you could test other hotel management apps. Again, very important, if you see a few companies here, you can contact them. Let me click on the first one. They have a live preview, but what I don't like about the live preview is that usually, wait. No, that's good. I'm coming back on what I was going to say. I was going to say what I don't like with live preview usually is that you go through a contact form and you need to enter in contact with them before having a live preview. That, as a user, I'm not going to comment on the fact that it is Odoo's partnership network or whatever. When I'm testing something online, it can be completely different. I don't want to get in contact with someone. I want to directly have access to the tool. If you want to have someone a contact with someone, then you are going to lose some time. You didn't test by yourself, so maybe it will orient the discussion. I prefer to test myself. So here, congrats to them, because I didn't know that it would be directly this instead of going on a form view. So go there, test it, test this one, test a few other ones, and see the one that you like. And enter in contact with them if you are interested about some features, because sometimes there's a list of features here, but you want to check, okay, but I see you have it, but I would like to see how it behaves, because I have people that I need to onboard from another tool to this one, and I want it to be very, very smooth. So lots of things need to be discussed when you are going to implement an hotel management software. But we said it already several times with Arthur. We would like to see to have another moment where we can test these extra applications. All right. Then. Yes, follow up on the question. You said thank you, Denada. Well, you're welcome. I've used a lot of applications, but the concept of ClickUp is having everything in one place. But if I'm understanding, Odoo is a bit more complex and open, correct? Open, yes. More complex, I don't think so. But I don't know ClickUp. But I'm the bad person to ask this because I think that Odoo is super easy to use. But that is usually something that you need to at least grasp or test yourself. But I would be happy to have a private demo with you. I've seen massive marketing campaign in social media from ClickUp, but something does not convince me. Let us convince you and enter again in a demo with one of our salespeople, and you will see it will be an amazing experience at the moment. I'm saying that because well, we are in an office here in Belgium, and above today, I think there are 100 or 200 people just above my head having demos, convincing clients, and doing that kind of job. So if you need someone to help you go through Odoo for project management, contact us. I'm saying here in Belgium, it may be not with Belgium that you will be in contact. It depends where you are at the moment, because then your caller gets routed to the closest location. But that is it. That's how I would start if I were you. Get in touch with us, and we are going to make you a few demos. I recently started exploring ERP systems and found Odoo super impressive, both in terms of features and the clean modern UI. Yes, since it's open source, I've been going through the GitHub repo and diving deeper in the Python-driven backend. Yes, it has been really exciting, cool to explore how the platform is structured technically. I've also registered for the upcoming Odoo hackathon. I can't wait to participate. Looking forward to learn more and hopefully contribute in some way. Perfect. You have a lot of people that contribute already. I'm glad that we would welcome another one. So I hear from you that you tested or you went on GitHub and you had a look. You know that there are a lot of people commenting, creating some fixes, helping us bring a better translation at times, creating their own modules, because sometimes on our side, what we try to do as Odoo company, that is the editor, we try to have something that is very, very generic in terms of add-ons. We just added a small extra layer of industries at the moment, but it's certainly not something that goes in competition with what you have on the apps platform. If you go on the apps, you will see, again, all those applications. There are also a few other initiatives in the world where people like DOCA create extra applications that are, although they are not standard, they are reusable and created in a generic way to go deeper on some topics related to Odoo. So there are a few places where you can invest more time, but I started doing that 15 years ago. I'm still at it, so good luck. It's super cool to see somebody so motivated as you are. And since you're talking about the hackathon, let me check that also, because usually when you go on odoo.com, there's the events page, and I suppose that we have something like that. I don't know where it is. I guess we have several ones. If I'm looking for the hackathons, yes, 20 in Gujarat, then I suppose, because we have a mini one in Luxembourg, but yeah, and the other ones are the templates. So I suppose you will be in Gujarat in 1 or 2 months. I have a functional question. Yeah, good, because so far it has been more sales pitch. I have a functional question. Can we set manager on employee from different company on an employee in another company? Not sure, but we can test that. And if it doesn't work, we'll see how we can make this happen by twisting a bit Odoo. All right. In order to test this, for those that don't know, we need to go in companies. I have a first one that is here. I'm always renaming it Belgium company. I'm creating another one. Yeah. And it will be a French company. All right, and I'm going to say it's in France. And you will see here, since a few versions, you don't realize, but I will save. And again, a quick reminder, I know that I go sometimes a bit too fast on the show. Clicking on Alt, and I think it must be Command or the Apple key on Mac, then S, and there it saves my record. Of course, here it's saying that I'm going to modify my pricing plan, but I'm in a free mode, so that's okay. I can click on confirm. And here I am waiting a little bit because it knows it is going to install the French localization package because I said it's a French company, so that's why it takes a bit more time. There it is okay. And now I have two different companies. So I have also on my employees here, that is me. Do we have someone else in the French company? Nope. You see that by clicking here, I'm switching from one to the other. If I want both, I need to click on the checkbox and not on the right side, and I click on confirm. Only one employee. Let's create another employee, and let's say it's John Doe, as usual, and we'll say his manager is Antoine. So far, so good, but let's have a look at maybe the information I gave here is incorrect or not exactly what you are asking, since I didn't have a look at the company information. Here it says Belgium company. All right, let's say that now I have my manager that is in Belgium company, but I would like John Doe to be from another one. I will say French company, and you see what it's telling you. It's a warning. So far, we'll see what it says. To avoid multi-company issues, losing the access to your previous contracts, blah, 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 you should create another employee in a new company instead. It is not linked to the fact that we have a manager that is from a different company. That message, it comes from the fact that it knows that I had an employee on one company and I'm changing it. And it's better to do usually something different, which is saying John Doe was in France, he was related to the French company. If we change, there are lots of chances that it was not an error, he worked for a company and then he worked for another one. When you have something like this, an employee, you will archive it and create a new one because the contract will not be the same. It's not even in the same country sometimes, in my example. But here, it's saying it's a warning. I guess it will allow me to go forward, simply because here I can bypass that warning, and also I know that it's an error at the creation. And if we have a look at the timing here, I change it just a few seconds after, so that's fine. Odoo will let me do as if it knows that I made a quick mistake. It's not the same as if I created John Doe and then 5 months later with John Doe having a contract, several pay slips, lots of timesheets, then I wouldn't do the kind of thing I'm doing right now. That's why you have the warning, by the way. So here, manager is still Belgium company, and the John Doe is still on the French one, so that is okay. I'm checking. Yeah, that was your question. A functional question: setting manager on an employee from different company on an employee in another company. So that looks okay. Now it doesn't mean that you won't have any trouble, because then let's say that I'm from a Belgian company. I'm confirming and only Belgium. If I go here. No, I can still see John Doe on my side, so that's good. And if I'm doing the opposite, there I'm seeing John Doe, and there that is what you have. That is because you are part of the second person, other company, and you try to access your record as John Doe. I would like to see my own information in Odoo, and then you have this kind of thing. And it says you cannot have access to it because you are trying to find information that we don't allow you to see. And let me open it twice so that I can keep the message on one side and investigate on the other. Then it says, have a look at those two lines, this one and this one. That will help you debug. It's happening on the contact on John Doe, that is a REST partner. It's saying that that's because we're trying to access the REST partner 18 from company Belgium, and we say this REST partner company issue. So blame the following rule. That is because we have a notion of rule inside Odoo. That is once you are in debug mode, NIM, you go in rule. It's not salary rules here, it's record rules. IR rules, those are the record rules. And there's one that apparently is called REST partner company. That's the one. You go here, and this is the reason why you cannot have it. And it's saying if you want to access a contact, we'll see why we are not even finding the exact complete answer. You're trying to access a contact, but apparently there's a notion of company that makes it only visible if you are part of the same how can I say that, structure, like the parent can see the children companies, so you can see things that are under your company, or if the company is false, so your record is not linked to a company, you will be able to see it. But what is important, there's also the notion of partnership, but I will not talk about this one now. But what is important is that the model that we are talking about is the contact, and it's not the employee. So apparently the error that I have here is linked to the contact. That's also maybe because what's happening is that if I go on the contacts, I have apparently another contact, and let me check if I select both. There must be a contact, and I suppose it's related to John Doe. And we see, have a look at it here, it's number 18, that's the one that we said. I suppose that what happened is that, let me check the company, yes. So that is maybe something we could improve. We create an employee, and in the inner way of working of Odoo, the employee generates a contact. But when we change the company on the employee, we didn't change it on the contact because those are still two different things. And so now it's telling me, yeah, but if you try to access the employee, this one, you can see the employee information because it's part of the French company and you are from the French company. But some information here, somewhere, we load information. So the issue is not even the manager. We load at the moment. We load information that belongs to the contact that is here. And in trying to load that contact, this time Odoo says, okay, I'm fine showing you the employee because you're part of the same company, but I'm not fine showing you the contact because then it's a different company and the access rights are defined in such a way that I should prevent you from having a look at this. Let's try now by changing it to French company. So let's go back here and let's see if we have the same error. No, good, that is fixed, this one. Now you could have some other errors by going here. If I, also I have checked both, so that could be the reason why. Let me retest only on the French company. It's still working, good. Now, if I'm trying to access this one, maybe I'll get another error because that guy is supposed to be in another company. No, Belgium company. So employee here, apparently it's fine. It could be that this person, so me, the contact is not linked to any company at all. That could be the reason why I can see it. Let's have a look at this here. No, it's saying Belgian company. So that is strange if I'm only in France. But maybe I change the model in between because there's also that notion of public partner. But that is it. Okay, here apparently we make it still possible to see it. It's funny because if you have a look, there I can't see it, but I can see by accessing the information that we have here. So I don't show it in the Kanban view, but I can still see it here. So there, it means that there must be something that allows a user from the French company to see his manager, even though it belongs to a different company. So you can do it, but I'm curious about the reasons why. Most of the time, the thing that will make it fail are record rules on the partner or on the other objects like HR employee. But don't forget that in the recent versions of Odoo, you have HR employee and HR employee public, so that you have. Let me check here if we have, in terms of model, public employee we have here, an employee, and I think it's the same. Yeah, it is the same rule. So in terms of multi-company things, you can see an employee if it's part of your company or one of the companies that you have checked here. You can see it, and there's notion of parent ID, that's the manager as well, or if it's your own record. So that is the reason why you would see an employee or not. So important, that is access right related. We have a session about the access right. Let me go to our LinkedIn stuff and all the videos that we have here. We have one about the access rights, and all that I explained is here. You will see it there, and you can rewatch the video. It's also on YouTube, I think. That what I'm explaining here very, very fast, it's also better explained in a 2-hour-long video about the access rights. Okay, question, does Odoo plan to create in website a way to create a unique promo code per customer usable once? Example, you subscribe on the newsletter and receive a randomized promo code. Yeah, usable only once? I think it is already possible, and if it's not, we can find a solution. Good point.
It's more about the promo code on the newsletter because otherwise it's probably
Oh, yes. And then because you subscribe to a newsletter, we can do it as well. I like the flow. Let's see how we can do that. So loyalty, website sale loyalty, good. So I'm installing the specific part where we put loyalty on top of sales. I like the question because I think that if it's not like 100% done in Odoo, in standard, there are a few tricks that we can use to make this work. Not 100% sure, but I think we can. Let's have a look at that. Discount and loyalty, so no program. And so on your side, you want a unique promo code. So I will click on promo code, usable only once. Do we have this? I will see if the promo code is the right thing. You see, you have limit to X usage. But you say per customer. So I think that here it will be not per customer. So that's maybe why you say that. But I will keep with discount code and we'll see. Okay, if we use that, we'll have 10% discount. I'll keep the same conditional rules and reward. That is not the what we want at the moment. Yeah, and there, what you say is that it's a discount. We have this one, and you can link to a partner, but we don't generate it from there. Let's try a few things. Let's try a new one, no expiration date, and let's try to have it on my user. No, it's. We'll try. I don't know if that's even going to work, but we'll try. Let's go back here, odoo.com, and not odoo.com, my database, and I'm going on the web shop. Yep. There we go. I'm going in the shop. I'm selecting my Apple thing. All right. Is it accepting it? No, it's not a good way to do it. It will generate it after. Let me check if I shouldn't be doing another kind of things. So this discount code instead of because coupons, yeah, there you can generate. It's coupon Odoo Insider, limit usage to 1. Conditional rule 1. Okay, but then you get a coupon because you buy. All right, I see the complexity of what you want to achieve now. Minimum purchase, no. All right, and what could be the reward? 10% discount on your order. Okay, let's try it anyway. Generate coupons, selected customer. I will create a few here. John Doe is there as well, and Henry, that is the other random guy I'm using. Okay, coupon value. I don't know how much I should use. Then I'm generating a few coupons. I will see, so now I have 3, and connected with my guy here, I could use that coupon code. Oh, all right. Is it better now? I don't know if... Am I on the same? Yes, it is okay, but is it linked to the right person? Okay. Do I have something before or after, invalid or expired? It seems that it doesn't want me to use it, so I suppose, as always, that when this is not working, I am the one making a mistake and not Odoo. So then on the next order, I will maybe check this one. That's for the French one, and I'm on a... That's a good one. Let me check. Okay, I will redo it on the Belgian company. So. Yes, but I will check if it's doable with the discount code. I think, change between one and the other. Just going back to this, my website is for the Belgian company. So if I create coupons for the French one, it's not going to work. So I need to switch, and you see, then I don't have any more coupons. Let's go back here, and I will retest my the coupon things over there. Yeah, no, I need to regenerate them. Okay, discount loyalty. Let me archive those two. Let's restart. You told me promo code. I'm going to restart the promo code and see if then it's coupon after. But we have coupon next order coupon. Okay. One. Okay. We don't generate it here. Let's try this one now. Okay, so we have that 10%, but it's on computer case. Yeah, it's on another product. I don't know if that's the one that you want, but then I suppose that what you say is okay, if I'm using it, I still will be able to reuse it after. So I suppose that that's the point. I'm going to back here and say the discount product will be I think that's the product I was buying, right? But in here, headphone, description order, headphone, that's the one? In here, headphone, yeah. Or I can do it under the order, it's even faster. Max discount, okay. The issue is that now I will take this one. No, it's not linked to any partner. And what I can do is either delete this one. Okay, I will restart. Okay, so there I got it, and I'm using it on my order. Just so that I wanted to have it directly and not have to create a second order after. If I go on the checkout and I continue this, blah blah. Okay, let's put whatever. Okay, let's confirm. Yeah, the issue that I have is that I didn't create either payment provider. So let's enable the wire transfer so that I can proceed. Very good. Pay now. Blah blah. Good. So let's see. But if I'm going back there, discount code, I see one here, and it's not indeed expired or whatever, because what you want on your side is a discount, and the discount is here when it is used, and yeah, which is maybe different than the promo code that we had. So I wonder if I cannot get the same thing that you want, but with a promo instead of a discount. So that's why I wanted to test that. Unique per partner. So I will say 10. Okay, then 10% on the order. Okay. Let's try this again. And no, it's not the one where we generate. It's in the coupon side. Yeah. We redo the same quantity to generate one. Let's retry again. And John Doe and Rick again. Quantity to generate coupon value. Okay, blah blah. Retrying this, and I know you said once and you wanted promo code, but if it's not doable per promo code, I think we can maybe reach the same thing you want with that notion. Because you see, we're talking about coupons here, but it says also promo code, and I think that what matters is that you can apply it directly, and it is a one-shot thing, and not one code that you reuse per different people. So I guess that's what you want to see. Okay. I changed that is weird, because I changed the name here of my product instead of of reusing my product name. I changed that name. That's ridiculous. Let's go back here, product. So I can put Apple in ear headphone, so that we come back to something that is a bit better for the shopping experience. Okay, all right. Then let's check out and try to apply this one. Yeah, okay, but so you see it's not compatible. Yeah, of course I still have the other one running. So I have two things running at the same time. I need to get the other one to be disabled. What's the one I created lastly? Is it this one? With this code? Yes, okay. I will take those ones, archive. Okay, let's retry and see if it's getting better. Cart is empty. Okay. I will select another one. I think I played a bit with the different products and I must have done a mistake here, so I'm creating another one here so I can use another one for my promo. Okay. Yes, okay, that is a 2% rebate. Alright, checkout, confirm, wire transfer, blah blah, paying. And do we have this time the coupon that is used? Okay, I could use this one, and it is listed here. So let's retry a second time to reuse it. Since I used it once, let's create a second item. Again, add it and see if I can reuse it. No, it's expired. So this one would work. I'm going back because it has been a lot of testing, going a bit too fast on my side with the multi-company thing and changing the name of the product, which was an error. But so you create in the website a unique promo code. There, coupons unique. It's here you say promo code, and I know it said coupons here, but if you go there, you see we talk about the promo code that you can use once for a purchase above a specific amount. You subscribe on a newsletter and you receive a randomized promo code usable only once for this specific customer. That is working so far, at least not the newsletter side. I will come back to this after. And a parallel question: limit my promo code once per user. Okay. During Black Friday, just once. Just once we covered it. The coupon we have it works. The only missing thing is that you would like that we have that generation thanks to the newsletter. The thing that is missing in the reasoning is that a newsletter is linked to an email address and potentially just an email address, no partner related. So you need to do a few things to make this work the way you want it. The part about, again, the part about using the promo code once and having it only once and selecting it on the website, it is good. What about the generation of it? I suppose that what you want to accomplish is the following. We go on the editor, and there you see when you click on edit, I'm going to drag a few things here, blah, blah, that's what we want. And then there's something I will look for it. It is about the newsletter. Or let me, newsletter, do we have? Yes, newsletter here. If I need to install it. Okay, true. That is because I don't have the mass mailing installed. So I'm selecting this. I'll have the ability to add it on top after. All right. Going back on my website. No, I should have the newsletter somewhere. Yes, here it is. I can subscribe there. Good, and when you click on subscribe, it's going to, if you see here, newsletter, you could subscribe to a mailing list, but I only have one at the moment, so it's not like super crazy. So you see there, it says thanks for registering. That is because I suppose that in my, not the contact, sorry, I'm going to refresh this one. And we see now that I have the email marketing. And the email marketing, I have mailing lists, and I have one person, one contact, and that is myself. So it's not a very, very good test. I'm going to reuse this one. And I'm going to create a new navigation window. And then I'm going to put another name. That is the other person that I have inside Odoo. Maybe with my small letters, yes, gmail.com. I subscribe, thanks for registering, very good. So now, going back on my backend, my mailing list, I guess I have a bit more than this. Yes, I have now that guy. But you see, I have the email though, but I don't have the name or the link to the person. I only have an email, and I don't think that this person is linked to a partner. because although we have the email address here, Odoo doesn't force the fact that we link it to the contact that has the same name. And if I go in the contact, do I have Henry somewhere? Yeah, he's here. So let me check if I can see it here. No, we don't. You have two different things. They are linked, and we know it visually because it's the same email, but there are no functional link in Odoo. If I want to have a first step where I will make this work, I need to relink that mailing list contact to a real contact in Odoo. So that will be here. I'm just completing the information, but that's Henry Keegan. And I don't think that that guy, that we have a many-to-one to that person. So let me check if we have it by going to the existing fields and see if we have a link with a partner or something like this. No, that's the followers or contact. No, we don't. It doesn't look like we have it when I go in Studio. I will make another quick test by having a look at the fields that exist and see if we have something related to. So it should be a many-to-one. So if I go on the field type and I look in the many-to-ones, there are 3, and there's not one that is related to the notion of partner. So what we can do, going back there, in my that person, I'm going to say I would like. I'm pretty sure that we did that in the past, and I should maybe write a quick video about this one because it's not the first time I'm doing this on that record. I'm going to create a many-to-one here, and it will be the partner. So it will be a REST partner that I want to link it to. I'm doing something, I hope it's not existing in standard in Odoo, but I think it's not. So Xstudio contact, so it's a contact I want to link to it. And here, of course, if I do this, that's not fun because I had to do it manually. So what we can do is remove this value and again, go into the automation rules there and say, find contact based on email address. It's not something that is always working because you can have multiple emails, multiple contacts with the same email. So we'll have to make a check here. What is the model of this one? I need to check. It is here mailing.contact. So that's what I'm going to write here, mailing.contact. Because I want that when we create a mailing.contact item, at the creation or in the edition, it will be faster for me to change that. I'm going to say like, no, we do it on any because sometimes I'm going to change the email and I would like to change also the partner that is related to it. So we are going to apply it on all of them. And what we do is that when we create or edit a contact, I'm going to look for a partner that has the same email, and if we have, we put it in the contact in that new field. So at the end, we are going to write on the record. We are going to do something like this. I'm going to make this bigger because the screen is a bit far away. So I'm doing this, okay, and I am I am using that. It's Xstudio contact. And I'm going to say that I'm going to write there the value that we'll get from the email, so that the contact that we'll find. So it will be contact. And how do we find the contact? How do we find that guy? It is going to be, we are going to use the email. The email is this field, just the email field. Good. And it's the record.email field. Okay, so somehow we need to use that. And we are going to perform a search on another type of object. So that's why we are going to use here REST partner. That is what is a contact. And I'm going to say we need to search. And what we need to search is related to the record email. Let me cut that. And we are going to say, I would like to have the email. Oops. The email here, email, that is equal to the record email. And if we have someone, if we have a contact something, if contact, then we'll select contact the contact ID value. Let's see if that is properly written. Oops. Let's see that, and I would like to see also if it works fine if we have several contacts. So I'm maybe not going to go that far, but let's try this one. I'm going to delete this one because I want to retry the creation. Although, knowing the way I created my action, I can maybe just write on this one. Put even company name, and it's going to trigger the automation rule because I'm writing on the record. I'm not writing on the field that makes any change in terms of contact information here. But anyway, the rule will be triggered. Let's see if it's written correctly. Yes. So it could find the contact because it found an email. So what is cool is that it means that if I delete this one, and so here in my mailing list, I remove the guy that is here. And so here it says success, thanks for subscribing. But if I refresh, then it's again available because I'm not subscribed anymore. I will click on subscribe. Thanks for registering. No errors. So if I redo this one, yes, even though it was done on the portal side, website, at least we have the contact. Now that we have this, what we could do is try to find a way to generate a coupon for that person. That would work as well because he subscribed. Thanks, Arthur. Oops. The next step for this, we could put it in the same action here and say, as we have a contact, now let's create a coupon thing that I don't know how easy it is because, and that is maybe where I'm going to struggle. The coupon generation goes through a wizard that is here. So this one, I need to check how to create a coupon easily, and that is going to be complicated because it is an action. And in fact, in the end, I need to click on that generate coupon thing and pass the information that I want with selected customers. And that is complicated because in there, generate underscore coupons, GitHub, loyalties, maybe enterprise thing. So I'm going to see if we have it here. Generate coupons. I don't know if there was an S or not. Generate coupons, loyalty, that's the one. Okay, so when we generate, we are going to have a look at a few things. We select the partners, but so I will need to give it the partners somewhere. Okay, so we need, that's going to be complicated. I know it already. Because in the end, it's going to generate loyalty things, description, okay, that is okay, card ID, we need to generate a coupon, and points granted. Here we give it some values for the partners that we listed. Can we force this and then generate all of that with the get coupon values? That is going to be complicated. Program ID. Okay. So as it's always the same, we can maybe do something different. Either I'm going to try something that is fast. If it doesn't work, you have to rely on what I'm saying to code it yourself. The things are a bit complex when you try to use automation rule, or at least on my side, it makes it way longer than the quick ones I'm generating. Now you would like to create, because somebody registered to the newsletter, you would like to create a record like this one. Two ways of doing it. Emulating the click on the generate coupons, where you say coupon to generate one, select a customer, and it knows already the campaign you are on because the campaign name or it's coupons unique, it's this one. You can emulate this one through the code and the fact that you select the values. So somehow in the code we will get to use the get coupon values for a specific partner and then call that kind of code as well to generate the coupon. And I don't know if we would need the loyalty history as well. But what matters is reusing part of the information we have here in the wizard and do in the code as if we were really going to the wizard. That's the first way of doing. I'm thinking of a dirtier way. That is the following. Using one that would be, and I'm going to generate a coupon, no, not generate, to reuse one that is the one that is linked to me because I'm an admin of the website. And I will see if I can go there and copy this one, change the partner and regenerate the code. Because I guess that the code generation is something that we can redo. Points expiration. I wonder where we change the code there. It's just the code field. Do we have a code field somewhere? Yeah. No, we don't. Because so the wizard is going to generate things there on the coupons, and I suppose that the coupons things, when we create them, we are going to assign them a new value. Let's try anyway, and we'll see how we can debug that. So I'm going to use this one is ID number 7. I'll duplicate this one, change the partner, and see what the code does. Okay, let's go back there, and let's say let's call it fake duplication. Template coupon, and we say that would be the number 7. And here I'm going to reuse that notion of selecting another object. There's a better way to code it if you have several people subscribing, but usually people subscribing to the newsletter, if they go from the website and that's the only place where you create it, doing it that way is not so bad, because usually it will be one person per one person per one person. If we were to select them in a list view and generate them in one go, there's a better way to do this here in terms of performance, because I'm going through things several times, while sometimes I only need to do it once. So it's important to realize that the case that we have here is one by one. So I'm going to check the name of the coupon thing. Here we say it's no, that's a mailing contact. Where are the coupons? Here are the coupons. Loyalty.card. Loyalty.card. I'm going to create a new one, but in fact I'm even going to copy one. But then I need to browse first the ID of the one I want, and then see if I can copy. I'm not sure about the code because I almost never do that. So let's try this one and see where it fails. Here, and it's not a good check, by the way, because I need first to see if the record is already existing. So this one, I should do it only, not on create and edit, but only on create if I want. I'm using create and edit because it will be way faster for me for testing the code. Okay, we see that here we have technical details. It's going to tell me something like, yes, code already exists. So that is good. It tries to copy it, but the code already exists. It's the same as going here and say duplicate. Yes, that's the error that I'm receiving. So I'm trying to complete that. So I need to change the code anyway. I wonder if I can, at the same time, regenerate the code. And for this, I need to have a look at the coupons. That would be nice. If it doesn't work, I will have to go the other way, a cleaner way through the wizard. But we have no time for today to do that because it will be way longer because I don't know that enough. Where are the coupons here? Yeah, I'm saying coupon, but coupon is another name. Let me check again the name because I have, loyalty card. So I suppose that here we have loyalty card. And then how do we get the code right? Generate code. Okay. I could maybe use that. Generate the code before. That could be a good thing that we do. But on the creation, what do we need? That's maybe better to do it that way. Reuse this one instead of copy, because if I copy here, the moment where I copy, the code is already taken. So, and I cannot generate something that is not already there. So I wonder if I can do code equals. Say again?
So
yes, Odoo 20, but don't wait for Odoo 20, wait for Odoo 19. It would be even better. Yes, or 18.3. I can check that, but I agree with you. We have a few places where we can ease those kind of things. But that's also why we are here. I'm going to try a few things again, because I love your use case. That's the first thing I need to say. I don't know if that works, in fact. And then in a copy, usually we can give something like code and give it back with a new code like this. I'm going to try that. I'm not sure again that what I'm doing will work. Oh, if that works, that's great. Let's go there. Yes, that is cool. It's here. And it was generated now? No, that's not the good one. John Doe, wait a sec. You need coupons. I have 4 coupons. Ah, yes, but I associated to the wrong partner. Is that it? Yes, cool. That's a solution then. That is so cool. We can reuse the code as generation of the code. And here I need to assign it to another partner as well. Because in fact, what I did is that I copied the coupon code. I copied it so well, not the newsletter. I copied it so well that I also assigned it to Antoine. So let me remove that. Delete or archive. That is fine. I need also to say that it needs to be associated to the right partner. So it would be, is it partner ID as usual? Partner ID, yeah. Partner ID should be my contact that we have already, contact.id. Doing this should, what am I on? Partner ID should be my contact.id. And then let's retry the whole flow by removing my guy from the newsletter here. This one delete, and let's retry the whole thing. Okay, refreshing here, subscribing. Thanks for registering. Okay. There I have my guy. It is linked to the right contact. And do we have a coupon that was generated? Yes. That is so cool. So that is it. That is how you can do it. Not the best or the elegant way. There's a better way to do, I was telling you, which is using the wizard. But I like that kind of little challenge because it forces you to see a few things that exist in Odoo, how they can integrate. And that's one of the things I was telling the guy from with the question for Zoho at the beginning, is that when you know a few things like those ones, you can improve quickly the experience. And maybe, by the way, I'm not an expert in loyalty, but maybe what you're asking for already exists. I don't think so from what I've seen. It would maybe require a bit more thinking, like 5-10 minutes, just to see that it's really not purely standard. Because I think we see it the other way, if you want. Usually we don't send a coupon because it is somebody applies to a newsletter. It's more like we generate coupons and we send them through an email. But I can understand that you would like to have a different trigger that works completely. Yeah, that is it. So hope it was useful. How is the development of the Portuguese certified invoicing so we can use Odoo online in Portugal? I don't know, but we can have a look. Usually those kind of things, I'm going back here to the release note. I'm saying this because usually when we have something new in terms of localization, that is there. So do we have new localization somewhere for Portugal? Nope. Do we have something in point 2? And if I don't find it here, I will try to, yeah, sorry, it's French again. I will tell you a bit more about a few other things, why I'm having a look at my computer on our own database to see if we have something in the roadmap so that I can answer on something that is maybe longer term basis. No, we don't. For 18.2 and 18.3. Can you tell me, for the person that asked this, it was maybe a few minutes ago, can you tell me exactly what is expected in Portugal? So it could help me look for the right information. So localization here, Spain, Romania, Luxembourg, Pakistan, nope, we don't have anything there. Let me check on our side if we have something for the Portuguese market. So there I'm on our own Odoo. We use Odoo for the localization. on our side. So I'm going to have a look at what we offer here for Portugal. If we have, I don't see anything here. I hope I'm in the, maybe not in the right place. Yes. Okay. Yeah, of course, when I'm looking in the accounting tasks and I'm typing PORT for Portugal, I'm finding lots of things with report, so it's a bad search. I will try to look for just the code name l10n.pt. There's something that is in testing at the moment. Localization update we did already 3 years ago. Okay, a few things were done 3 years ago, but I guess it was for the basics. And now I see we have something that was tested yesterday. Oh, I see a few people testing it. And there's a long list of things that are being done, but I don't know what it means, because there's a list of items with notion of hash, cancellation, negative amounts, certification, emitido por programa certificado, lots of things, but it's not that I cannot tell you, but I would be afraid of miscommunicating on that one. Definitely there's something being done that is in R&D testing, and we already have a few partners testing it. Some partners apparently had a preview and they could test a few things on the sales, the invoicing, the accounting, and the SAFT reports. Knowing where it is there, based on experience, and the fact that people are testing at the moment, looks like there's something that is coming from release 19. At least it's doable, and I would guess it would be there. So for the person that asked this, based on what I see in our backend, we are working on lots of Portuguese stuff because the task is quite big. Few partners are testing at the moment, but I cannot swear it will be there in 19, but I guess knowing where it is in the moment in the flow of tasks being done. It's funny because at the same time, what I'm doing right now, I cannot show it to you on the screen. I think that Fabien wouldn't care too much because sometimes he shows that our own database, but as we have the name of our employees, things like that, I don't feel super comfortable. Plus, sometimes, if I show something that we don't do, people would be like, okay, but I thought it would come, based decisions on that. So again, take it with a grain of salt. It is expected to be there, but no promise, because we know that sometimes things can be delayed. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. So another question, how would you do the planning of employees for project task? In the task, you can only use lead time. You do it within the next 2 weeks, but how would you do a plan in detail for 16 hours? Exactly, you plan it for Monday and Thursday. Oh, I wouldn't do lead times. Because if you talk project tasks, it means that you are going to use services type of things, and this one I would use planning. So in the planning, you would create new slots and you say, okay, I need, I don't have any resources here, I suppose. Okay, let's imagine that we have, I will take a very easy case. I would say we need a consultant. I can base it for the job that we have. Functional consultant. All right, and we have me, I'm a functional consultant. And then we have a project manager, and that would be John Doe. All right, we can also use maybe some developer, and that would be that guy that works at Odoo. Good. So we have 3 different people, and if I have my planning, so I don't know if you sold already the task, maybe we can have a flow around that as well, because that is quite cool. If I go in the sale and I'm selling something like a project for which I would need a bit of development, a bit of functional testing resources, a bit of product manager, then it would mean that usually I would have products that are linked to this. So I will create a project manager. It would be a service. We are going to create tasks, and it would be an amount per hour. I have this one, and I will create something similar, this time not project manager, but functional consultant, like this one. Then it's a bit cheaper. We keep the same notions, and a developer that will be at the same price, developer. And we can say something that I forgot to say, plan services. So it will be as a developer will be a developer, plan services here. So here functional consultant would be a functional consultant, and project manager would be a PM. There PM. Good. So I created those 3 products, and if I have a project and I make a I'm thinking, okay, that project, you're discussing with the client, you realize the time it takes to make the project. You say, okay, I will need 20 hours of project management time. Maybe in terms of functional consultant, I'm going to use 100 hours. And luckily, as always with Odoo, we need less developer time. Let's say it will be 20 as well. Okay, that is a project that we can have. Of course, I'm going fast there with the things I'm encoding here. The goal for me is to confirm it so that we see the impact on the planning. If I do this, yes, it's telling me you're trying to validate a quote, but I have no project information. And on the product here, you didn't mention a project. So to me, I would like to create tasks, but give me a project that I will assign it to. So in order to do this, either you say that every time your things here, you add it always to the same project, or you say, I think it's in other info, you say, first let me create a project, and I'm going to create a new project that will be website design or something like this. I create an edit. We see that it will be linked to, do we have something like the name of the client? Not yet, but that's okay. I will do it here. We'll see later. Now that I have a project, it should be okay if I confirm. Yes, it creates the tasks in the project, and it says you have to plan 140 hours. So now, if you go into planning, there's something that is fun, but I don't think it fits a lot of cases where you have, at least not in the consulting area, maybe more like in a place where it's very, very strict and people can multitask, like in an event where you can go to the bar or to the tickets or different places. If I click on auto plan, then it's going to say, you know what, we are Thursday. If I need to auto plan everything, I'm going to put 8 hours for everyone involved. And then next week, same, auto plan, boom, and so on and so forth. So those guys would have been done, would be done with those 20 hours. Huh? Here it's only 4 because we have 8, 8, 4, boom, 20. And then I could go on with those 100 hours for that guy. So that is it. If you don't like what has been done, you can undo. So it undid the next week, but I could also go there and say, you know what, this one unschedule please, or even delete. Okay, and this time you can redo it by auto planning again. Otherwise, you click on new and you say, in fact, the role that I need is a functional consultant. I have that guy. I have a sell order item that is linked to it, functional consultant, and you can also. So you said, what are the days? I think you said Thursday and Tuesday, something like this. Planning, yeah, Monday and Thursday. You said Thursday is good. It's today, so I'm going to say Thursday to Thursday. Yes, all right. So it's 8 hours. I can save, and then I have my 8 hours, and I can plan next week same way, saying, on Monday, you're going to be that functional consultant, and of course there it tries to schedule everything, but I can say it will be only Monday to Monday. Yeah, all right, save. And that you can do, knowing that if it's always the same days for some people, you have the possibility to use templates. And you say, okay, it's always the same. It's always for functional consultant. It's only on one working day. And I think that this one, if you schedule by resource, can I redo this one next Thursday here? Yeah, either I use that one, but it's going to say all the days. So I'm going to unschedule it or even delete. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to next week again, because here, yeah, it's proposing directly what things that are open in terms of sale orders. But is it possible to create? I think it's new, and yeah, that's it. And then you click on this one, and it's going to select the information. but yeah, the date is not in the template. You don't have the date that says like next Thursday or something like this. So the button that I have here is the button that I get because I created a shift template. But you see, if I click on new, I select the template. First of all, it's not a template per resource, and then this one I will need to fix the date. But otherwise, let's do something a bit different. I will say again consultant here, edit, and say it's only from same day to same day. So 26, I save. There I have something where I'm saying Monday to Thursday, and I can go to the next week. And this one I think you can do copy previous week. And that works as well. So template, copying. But anyway, what I wanted to say is your use case looks more like a, you mentioned it, it's funny. You mentioned planning of employees, and you don't mention the planning application after. So it looks like this. If you want to have their schedule and say, okay, this is what you are going to work on. Maybe the only thing that I feel like we change and that is maybe a bit missing is that we don't have a task here. So planning and task are different things. Planning, you need roles, and task is really what you are going to do. And either we have a strong link or we don't have a link or a weak one. But here, the link would be done maybe through the sale order item, where you see that in terms of planning, that's the one that is linked to it. And if you want to find the task that is linked to that one, you would need to go to the to your tasks, and yeah, I didn't assign it to me, so that's why I go to the project web design. Here it would be functional consultant. I'm going to assign myself, and so you see the sale order item is here, and the same sale order item we are talking about, but there's no real functional link between this one and the planning. It could be improved by selecting the task automatically based on the sale order item. That could be done as well. That is potentially some improvement that you can bring. Another question was asked, I don't know on which platform. Question about an interface. Do you think people need to be trained in specific fields to learn to use it? Or do you think it's user-friendly and intuitive enough? The interface, you don't need to be trained, although it depends who you are going to give it to. I think that a few things that you can do anyway is always when you are onboarding clients, is to help them understand the software. So basic stuff, which is how to filter on items, how to use a search field, how to navigate. It's already a first thing that you can do. The interface is super easy to understand, but I don't remember what it was to start Odoo. It was a long time ago, so I don't know what it is to get to learn that new software, and don't know where are the buttons, how to navigate between the views, how to log in is easy, but how to use the filters. But to me, the interface is quite easy to use, even on a smartphone, because it keeps the same logic in terms of navigation. So usually that's excellent. But it doesn't mean that they don't need to be trained, because sometimes it's not only about how to use Odoo, but what to do with the information that you have. Using the sale orders here, maybe part of the training is also telling your clients how to use it right, how to do to avoid things that are not allowed. For example, usually if you go above a specific amount, maybe you want them to send a different quote, a different series of quotes, a different email template. That either you train them how to use it, or you create some development so that they are constrained by the software. Usually on our side, we are more like, okay, if people make a few mistakes and they are very, very small, it's not that a crazy danger zone. But if really things can go sideways and are important, then we are going to limit customer possibilities, user possibilities on Odoo. But to me, it's easy. The interface is very user-friendly, and we guide people through the next action that is supposed to be. You see here we have 4 buttons. We highlight the one that is in purple because that's where we want to guide you for the next action. We think that on a sale order that is at that status, the next thing that you need to do is create an invoice. We have the functional link. We try to have screens that are not cluttered, but that contain the information you need, using tabs as well. You see it's very neat. That's something you can use as well. We have moments where we test the interface on people that have never been confronted to Odoo, just to see where they click, what they feel, how they perform. So that is usually something for which we have a very, very good grades in terms of, okay, let's use Odoo. We don't tell you anything, and check how it goes. Yeah, but to me it's indeed intuitive enough. Another question, hello, how to set a dynamic delivery price based on location? Does Odoo can integrate with Tally ERP for single or multiple users? Does anyone have a solution or looking for a solution? Dynamic delivery price based on location? Yes and no. Yes, it depends at which level you want to do that. So several answers. Price list first. Price list, you go there. You see that you have a possibility to select it and to have website, and maybe you can have website per location. You have also the country if it's country dependent. So there you have ways to say that some price list, and so the computation of the price that comes with it, will depend on country groups because the localization that you want, the location, sorry, that you want is linked to a country, or sometimes it's linked to a website because website and countries, it's for some business it's a bit the same because they have a website for Belgium, for India, for Kazakhstan, for Brazil, and they will use different websites that are linked to different country groups. But so that's the first thing I would say, and then you create your pricing rules depending on the countries that you aim at targeting. If you say no, I would like something that is a bit more precise than this, and that it is linked to city localization, then you would need to change a bit the way it works, so that the prices that is selected by default depends on some IP information. That's a bit more complex and it will require some code. Let me think if I have something different. Potentially, then that would come with another question. If you want to do that, is it that you have you already have identified the client at the moment where you would like to link them to a price list? In that case, you don't know so much, you don't need to do it from the website, but maybe when you have customers that come to you and say, oh, I'm part of that region, you say, okay, that region to me, it's a different price list, and so you would go here and you would select the price list yourself and select another one. But that would be manual. I guess that on the website you would like to have it automated. Then I'm thinking about something else. Sometimes people want to change the price because of the delivery, not so much because of the product in itself. And if that is the case, then my answer is a bit different. It would be go in the delivery method there, and you can have well, first of all, delivery methods based on rules or have a fixed price, and then fixed price per country again. We'll see. You see here you have countries and different state and zip prefixes. So that's maybe where you wanted me to go in terms of delivery. You can say fixed price or not, and then here I don't know if what you would like to do is base it on some rules of your own, or if you want to contact UPS, USPS, FedEx, DHL, or any other delivery solution, and then you can define that. Okay, for Belgium, for example, that would be okay based on rules or a fixed price. Let's say a fixed price, and we say okay, that fixed price is always 10 euro in Belgium. I need to use delivery here. And you could use another rule. I'm giving an example here that is very, very simple with a fixed price. You publish it so that it's visible and selectable online, only for the people that are in Belgium. And then you create another one for France. And you would say this one is for France, and you would have a different amount. And I would call this France delivery. All right. Yeah. Okay, and that would be having two different prices here: 10 euro for Belgium and 20 euros for France. But that's because you go further away with the truck or with the delivery, and so the reasoning behind is really the delivery and not the product itself. If it's product itself and you cannot use the delivery method, then it will be price list, and then see how you want to attach them to someone. Is it country-based? We manage it. Local-based, it would be a bit different. Then you have a question about integrated with Tally. I don't know if we have. We don't have purely standard. We didn't do that at Odoo, but I don't know if some other people did it. Yeah, App Store. Here somebody did it already. Odoo Tally connector that you have. So you can have a look at this one and see how it performs for what you want. I have no clue, but it is for version 14. Doesn't look like there's another one, or no, 18 here it is. So have a look also at always selecting the right end version. That is important. Yeah, and see if that's the kind of integration you want. That I have no clue. I never used Tally, but that's where I would go. I don't know if they are the only one to do it. We can have a quick look at the other apps just to see if we have another one that is linked to Tally. I've heard the name several times, so I think it's specific to India, right? Or maybe East Africa. And there you would have, yeah, you see you have many, in fact, that are Tally related. Yeah, so have a look. That's the direction I would go to if you need it. But the second question is similar. I'm looking to connect WooCommerce to Odoo. How could we do that? So if I go on WooCommerce, I'm going to have the same kind of connectors. Here we don't offer it in standard, so two solutions. You use one that is already made, and honestly, if you can do that, it will be way, way, way cheaper than anything else. So you see you have prices that range around 400, 500 euro. So that's maybe where I would say you should go. If it's not that direction that you want to go to, another possibility is to develop it yourself. But then what you need is documentation. Documentation to manage the external API. So to be in the tutorials, or where is it? Odoo guide. I'm always forgetting where it is. Yeah, here, external API. And then you, from your WooCommerce instance, you query Odoo, you send things to Odoo, or you ask Odoo for information that you would get back on your side. But you are going to take days and days of development. I think that we reached a moment already since several years, a moment in time where I would strongly advise not to go for your own brew of development, and rather check here if you can restart from some WooCommerce integration that exists, and ask for support from the partner that did it, or ask them, okay, at least if I start from your connector, can I develop on top of it? It's a license matter, but most of the time they will say yes. That's the first thing. Second, usually if you ask me that question, it means that you don't know what I'm showing, and I guess that you are the entry point of using Odoo. You are not experienced developer or whatever, and so the learning curve will take you too much time compared to just buying one of these apps. That, by the way, have a nice rating, so I would strongly suggest to go that way. Then quickly have another question about I'm joining the partner program. Can I get help with the dev of the certification? God experience. I'm not sure what you ask, because we have a certification of Odoo, certification Odoo. Yeah, so where you can say, I would like to take the certification. Here it's for 17, but we have the same for 18. If I go here, certifications, yeah, there we have the certifications. Like usually it's only the 3 last ones that we promote. So you have this, but you mention help with the dev of the certification. So I don't know exactly what you mean. Is it not related to any certification in that sense, but you would like to develop something that would be related to some certification mechanism? In that case, it would mean that I need more information to see what you want to achieve. Yeah, really. Yeah, I don't know exactly what you want to accomplish, so please comment back with extra information on this one. Then going back to the question related to the planning, somebody is saying, thanks for the explanation for the planning. Is there a possibility to sync also the planned calendar meeting with customer with the planning, so that I have the whole overview about the planning as employees as well as managers? So syncing the planned calendar meetings with the planning. Okay. There's a way to do that, but it requires a bit of development as well. It's a question that has been asked in different ways in the show. In Odoo, you have multiple things that are related to a slot in your calendar. It could be related to the planning. It could be related to, we have calendar events that are here. It could be related to task, start moment, and end. So we don't offer in standard a way that when you create a planning slot, it goes in the calendar or the other way around. But what I'm giving as an advice usually is the following. When you go and you look for one object or one view that would contain all that information, usually my place to go to is the calendar application. It is here because the items that we have over there, and that is called a calendar event, that's the place where you, it's a simple object, and that's the place where everything should fall and be, if you want to have one place where everything is integrated. Also because that is the kind of object that is our record that is then synchronized with Google Calendar and Outlook. Okay, so if you want to have only one place to get all the information, it means that when you generate some planning things like this one and you say, okay, but you know what? When someone is working from 8 to 5, I would like to have that slot that is booked also on his planning. But what I'm always struggling with that kind of demand is I'm working every day from 9 to 6 or 7. If I'm going that way, I would have slots here, but for telling me which day I work, which is basically in the end every day. And if I'm saying, okay, you work on this and that project at that moment, having it here doesn't mean that I need to have it in my calendar in addition to that. But if you say no, but on my side I really need it, I would say, but every time that you create a new planning item like this one, you know what? Select that date and time and that date and time and create a calendar event out of it. And that you can do. Yeah, we have a bit of time to do it. I don't think that we have anyway a lot of other questions after, so I can maybe try this one just to illustrate what we can do. And again, I'm going the automation rules way because we are on the SaaS, but otherwise you can do the same kind of development, even a bit better, thanks to some real GitHub, real development in a module of Odoo, and eventually share it on GitHub. That's a possibility as well. All right, so let's go here, create a cal event based on planning. But again, after that, we'll see the issue with this. If I create a calendar event based on the planning and I delete the calendar event, what should I do? Should I delete the planning? So you have lots of decisions to make. I'm going to just talk about the creation and only the creation to show what is possible. But after that, you need to manage the master-slave relation between those kind of records. What if I change it in one side and not the other? What if I delete? What if people join or don't join? Lots of other things can happen. So I'm going to generate here things based on planning slots. And I'm going to, on creation, but or creation addition, maybe more like on creation, say that on creation, any creation, maybe not any creation linked to when we have a user linked to it. Yes, when we have a user, because we are not interested in creating calendar event not linked to anyone. So when we have it linked to a user, let's do something. And then I can say, okay, let's create a calendar event. So we can do this calendar event. I'm going to say create. And there, I don't know what we need to give in terms of information to a calendar event, but I suppose that at the very least, what we could do is have a start and end date. I hope it's the same format, otherwise I'm going to struggle a lot with the formatting, because here sometimes it's one field that is a date time, sometimes it's one date, one time. If it's one date, one time, it's going to be a nightmare. I know it because I'm not a pro in terms of date management. Good, it's the same, but start date is start, end date, I don't know it. I need to inspect and show you that here. Do we have the information? Start, and then what do we have after start? Do we see the other one? No. Wait a sec. Do we see the other one here? I'm going to on my other screen just to ease the check. Okay, text. Stop. Okay, it's start and stop. All right. So I can use start and stop, and here it's start date time, and I suppose it would be stop date time. Let me check that one as well. And the date time. Okay. So in the end, we need to go for the start and stop. That would be what I need, but with start date time and end date time. Start date time. I'm sure that I will get an error for this, simply because creating a calendar event, I doubt it would be just this. I suppose that I would need to have a name, something like this. I will put a same name. We'll see if that works. I'm pretty sure that there's some information that I'm missing. Let's create this one. Functional consultant. Yes, first error. What is it telling me? It's telling me that, yes, I'm not giving a name, apparently. So calendar event, you cannot create a new calendar event without a name. So I suppose that at the moment where I'm trying to create a calendar event from my scheduling here, we don't have a name. So let me check what I could put in terms of name. Yeah, I could say maybe resource. So resource ID name. Is it mandatory, the resource? No, so it's not. What is mandatory here? Because we don't have that many fields that are mandatory, so I could every time find that the name is empty, so that wouldn't work. So I'm going to make something and call it copy or planning slot for, and let's see, we have record name or record. What else could we have? I'm going to use a user. Anyway, we take for granted that here we have a user at that moment. So I can do that. We'll see if we have a name that way. Let's try it again. Yes, good. So we have this. I created a new planning. Let's see if we have something in the meetings now. I have to pay attention to the dates. Yes, but you see, it's on Friday. Was it on Friday that I did that? I created it here on Tuesday as well, if I'm correct. But it created this one for Friday 20. Correct, yeah. And so my calendar, the same start date. It's linking it automatically to my planning shift. So that is fun. It found it automatically. And do I have something similar? If I put something here, I'm seeing all day. There's maybe a way I can link it to the more options. Planning shift. Do we have a place for this? No. Nope. Okay, but that's good. It could do it. If I retry for next week, and I create it for, yeah, it will try to put everything there. The second thing that we need to fix is that if I schedule, if I change now, if I edit it, it's not going to move the meeting, because if you remember well, I said on create, not create and edit. So that's the thing that you need to improve and continue working in the direction. Also, on the planning here, the planning, you can have a slot that is on 2 days. I'm not sure that works fine with the calendar, because maybe on the calendar, it will limit it to only 1 day events. Yeah, and here it gives the last one. I suppose that it's going to do it record per record, and here there's a failure on the different records it generates, because apparently it creates only the last slot of the week. So a few things that you need to do in terms of correction, but that's the idea. Generate resources, calendar event based on the planning that you have. I don't know if we have another question in the pipe on. Yes, that I did the Portuguese add-ons. We discussed it. I don't know if we have. Everything is covered here. I don't know. Do we have something new on YouTube? The question is coming. It is hello. I make 2 sales team, B2B, B2C. Each team has 2 employees. Each team has a separate sales funnel. As I understand it, there are different stages. Yes, both teams are only one common stage new. I'm talking. Yeah, and so. And
this be configured in an Odoo 18?
can we configure that? Yeah, I think so. So I'll go in your, I don't even have the CRM. That's one of the first things that you usually install. Let's go there. I will try to reproduce what you did with 1 or 2 people. But it doesn't matter the fact that they have 2 employees. What matters is the fact that when we switch teams, we see the different stages that we have. And you would like to have stages that are common. And I suppose it exists because we have the same in project management. So the way we work with stages is usually very, very similar from one configuration to another. So sales team, I will use the one that we have here, sales and point of sale, or sales and website. So sales, good, I have Antoine, me inside, and then website, I'm going to add the demo user, that is good. And then in terms of stages, yeah, you see here you have sales team or not. So you could say, let me create another one. Okay, that is not very important. We have sales team here. You can say this one is for both. Okay. Then this one is for all of them. And this one is maybe just for sales. And another one, yeah, blah, 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 blah stage. That would be for the website. Okay, so we have those 2 that are typical to our sales team, and the rest is common. So if I go in my pipeline, you see here I have only this one because I'm part of the first group, but I'm missing maybe, what was it? It was the other stage that was, I forgot the name of, qualified. Let's put something here. Okay, add. If I go here, it is visible, so I can put it in qualified. Then I have it here. Funny thing is, of course, let me put another one. If I go there and I change after that, can we? Yeah, it's a lead and not an opportunity at the moment. Or yeah, if I change and I move it to website, you see, you see the stages change. Website to sales. There, everything is common. The only difference that we have as well is that the blah blah thing is putting before the new, and that can be explained also thanks to the stages that we have here. It looks like it should be after. Just do this, then remove back. I think that because they had unfortunately the same sequence, we can move this here and there as well. So I suppose now it should be fine in terms of pipeline. Qualified new, and if I'm going there and I'm changing the team to say it should be not new but blah blah. Yes, you see now it's second also, and so we will have that. There I see everything because those are my leads, and we show the columns based on the different stages you are in. But if I move it to proposition, because usually I'm not working in that team, and I click on my pipeline, then you don't see it. While on the other side, the demo user would see blah blah instead of qualified. There, that will work. I don't know. So on YouTube, maybe there's another one. I have the. But if we don't have any other question, I can find one quickly on my own to finish the show with a quick thing in terms of.
In the last messages I sent.
In the last messages. Arthur is checking if we have something extra. But otherwise, I have a few of those. I have them here. I can use one that was asked very recently about using some autocomplete information, and that is something that I've been asked already before, but last time was through a colleague that was asking me the following. I'm going to import a lot of people and companies, and I would like that when I import, I have the same behavior here. Like I'm importing something, and I would like Odoo to automatically use the autocomplete. And when they asked me that, I had a few signals that were telling me, okay, but I need more information because at the moment I'm not sure of how you want to achieve that. And I'm not even sure if it's possible. The autocomplete stuff, here when you do that, I don't think that we use a lot of backend information or backend code to achieve this. I wouldn't be surprised it's purely JavaScript. If it's JavaScript, you cannot really trigger it through the import of new records. So the first thing I would need to check is is the autocomplete stuff of Odoo done through Python or not? And if it's done, can I, once the record is created, directly ask for auto-completion? But also that would mean that if you do this, you lose the flexibility of selecting. It will be always the first one or always the second one, or you need to find a metric to help selecting. And that is also where I think there's some reasoning that is sometimes missing, which is I see something in interface, but I don't realize that what makes it work is the human interaction and that everything cannot be automated. And one thing that we can do is have a look at least at, okay, when I'm doing this, what is being done in Odoo in terms of auto-completion. And that is maybe, I don't even know if it's enterprise or if it's a community, but I can check for autocomplete and see if we have something there. Okay. So we have some autocomplete stuff here in JavaScript, but I don't know if it's that one. Partner autocomplete. I think it's more this one because autocomplete, we have it everywhere. It's just a naming of a stuff. Let's say I'm going here in state. I have already autocomplete over there, but it's not the same as the partner autocomplete where we trigger a call to an external service. Here I'm inside the same database. I'm looking for cities that are part of, or states that are part of the configuration in my federal states. So it is in my database. While the other thing that I wanted to show, the partner autocomplete, when I'm putting the things here, that is quickly sending a query to something that is not inside the database. So that's important. And the partner autocomplete is, I think, this one. So that's the name of the add-ons even. And here it looks like it is really based on JavaScript. So autocomplete, okay, we have something. And usually when we call something on the other side on the backend, like in Python, we usually call some RPC stuff. And here I don't see it. So what I can do is quickly go there and see if we have a lot of things in the models. Okay, we have autocomplete API, some REST partner stuff. Okay, that's how we are going to replace language, blah, 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 autocomplete. Okay, deprecated, so that is not to be used. Autocomplete by name. Is it possible to try this one? I don't know if it will work because this one, yeah, we launched autocomplete, but I suppose that we don't have it directly, but we can try. So, but no, we need to have a query that is already being sent. So we can investigate a bit more. Autocomplete by name, I don't know if it's coming from JavaScript as well. So it's a strange question, but we can continue that. Okay. Okay, so that would be coming from there. Get suggestions. Okay, and then there, ORM silent call. It's maybe different than what I thought. Okay. So indeed, done through JavaScript, we call that thing. We have suggestions. But here we would send some result, and then we need to select. And do we have, yeah, then we process the response. What do we do with it? I guess we would attach it to the chatter and put the information. Adding tags, all right. Yes, but there's nothing that does it directly completely because without selection in the JavaScript, it doesn't look like it is possible to achieve, and that most of it should be done through the JavaScript. And when you import, because the question was to do the following, the question was like, I'm going here, I import, and I would like to autocomplete. But again, without that selection and that widget of which company you want, then that's not possible. But it was a strange question, but a few things where you have JavaScript involved like this, you cannot really trigger it through the creation of records like we did through a CSV file. So it's a bit weird and difficult to check those kind of things. I don't think it would be super complicated to force the first, let's say the first, the selection of the first item. I think it would be way easier on the VAT number because that's a unique thing. So that we could have some autocomplete by VAT, because then we have the VAT. But if we still have a query country ID, okay, maybe by VAT that would be done in an easier way. I would be curious to do that, but at least you have a unique identifier. You don't have to select something because you would receive only one result. So that's my point. So I have a last question maybe for today: how to change the submenu colors in Odoo website. I don't know, but we can have a look. So submenu, I don't have any here, so I will have to create one first. I don't even know where we change that. I'm so bad with the menu and things. Okay, template, shadow, navbar. Can I add items in the navbar? Maybe not from there. So I suppose you can through the templates here, but that's not going to help you, or through the theme. Website paragraph, headings, buttons, link, input, advanced. Okay, that's maybe more complicated than I thought. So let me check by having a look at the backend in the terms of menus. In the website again, but I need to go in the configuration menus. So if I go here, can I create a new one? Mega menu, I guess that's what you wanted, huh? I have a mega menu. Let's try what it does. Mega menu, good, and I have different things inside. And you would like to change those colors, submenu colors in the website. Okay, and how can we do that? Can you change the background here? Okay, you could do that, or use something completely custom, like here. That would be doable, but you don't change just one. From what I see, you don't change just one submenu. You change the whole submenu thing. So maybe you'd like to have two colors, like a white one and just the button here with another color in the back. Let me check if that would be normal. Yeah, no, I cannot change it in any other way. If you want to do that, you will have to be a bit more precise and create your own CSS, I believe, on this one. Because menu item, let me check. Yeah, no, it's just the text that you can change here, or the whole column, but not being more precise than this. That we need to check what are the CSS classes that are involved here. And see, can we zoom in? Yes, all right. Yeah, with that O color level inside the mega menu. Yeah, when you have a menu item and that you have a section with different sub items inside, changing the color or adding new classes, so that yeah, you can change it through CSS, but otherwise the limit of the website designer is this one, just one global color for the whole submenu. Okay, it's already time to leave each other. We see each other in 2 weeks. Next week will be the regular meeting like this one, but with the other Antoine. So stay tuned, ask your questions. Thanks again for all the questions you asked today. Hopefully there were a few that were useful to you. And yeah, happy to see you as usual, and see you in 2 weeks. Bye bye, guys.